You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 288 for Sunday, the 8th of December, 2019.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Jane Phipps, and together with my very good friend Michelle Young, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Michelle.
Hello, my lovely. That's shaking things up a bit. I bet most people weren't expecting that, but it's good to keep things fresh.
We'll keep everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. Keeping busy.
Yeah?
Keeping busy. So, apologies last week we didn't get together to record. Unfortunately, my dad passed away and I spent the last week with him in hospital until he passed on Wednesday. So, been a bit of a week, but I think today catching up and recording a show and chatting some Disney is helpful.
It's a little bit of a therapy session for you, isn't it?
It is, because my parents never took me to Disney. They don't get that part of my life. They think it's a bit strange, to be honest. But, you know, they never criticised or anything, but it's something they never would have dreamed to do, because whilst they travelled in their life, this sort of thing was not their sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think this whole Disney obsession that we've embraced over the years is often, as we've said before, I think people look at it and go, that's a bit strange. But to us, it's kind of just very natural. So it is a peculiar obsession to have, I suppose.
It is, and the beauty about it, it's brought about so many amazing friendships that I wouldn't have. And over the last week, so many people have been so loving and caring and sending messages and just dropping in. And do you know what? The majority of people who were contacting me, I only now have in my life because they found me through podcasting, and they've become such amazing friends like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we've said this many, many times with Disney, this love of this common denominator gives you that connection with people that you would never ordinarily go out there and connect with. We had exactly the same thing. We were doing some of our Star Wars trooping last weekend, and I look at the people that we're connected with through Star Wars, and they're not necessarily the people that I would have probably been drawn to otherwise. But because you've got that common interest, that common love of something, it's surprising the friendships and what have you that you can form as a part of it.
And, you know, at times I was sat with my dad. He was pretty much unconscious for most of the time I was with him. But I was playing music and I was saying to him, come on, Dad, if you don't want to hear another Disney song, you're going to have to say something. And then I put on all sorts of music, like the music from Illuminations. And then I put on Lion King and all sorts. And in the end, we just had in the background quite a lot of the music from Tom Amin, because his pianist-type music, the piano music, was just so relaxing and calming. And that was just so lovely. And I only came across him through this. So,
absolutely, yeah.
You know, it brought a lovely ambience to the room that Dad was in, and it was a very relaxed, calm environment.
Which is exactly what you wanted it to be. So that's lovely to hear.
Yeah, although I did put some Queen music on because we loved a bit of a Queen tune, did me and my dad. and then the girl next door came in and she said, your music's a bit loud this afternoon. And I said, it's fine, we're just having a bit of a bop and
we're having a rock out.
yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week, but thank you, my lovely.
Well, that's what we're here for, to get everybody through it, aren't we?
Oh, bless. But we're going to look ahead and we're going to think a little bit about Christmas.
Oh, is it that time of year already?
I gather you has been a bit busy and you've got trimmed up.
Well, yes, we've been trimmed up for a couple of weeks now. Diaries being extremely busy, as they tend to be at this time of year. The house is decorated from head to foot and inside and outside. And I do actually, in fact, only today, as we're recording this, my lovely daughter Molly has been to that good old shop called Primark, and has come home with a Disney Christmas throw that is currently living on my sofa in my living room, as that tends to be where all my Disney Christmas decorations reside. I've been resisting it, saying, we don't need it, we don't need it. And lo and behold, she's come home with it today. And it's very soft and very cuddly, I have to say. And it's only £6 from Primark, so it's a bargain.
Which one's that? I've not seen that.
Oh, it's like it's red and it's got Mickey on it, obviously, and it's lovely. It's so soft. So in their homeware, go in their homeware department. They've got duvet covers and tinsely trees, which I've got living on my desk at work, and all sorts. Amazing and very cheap.
I might be saying something to Molly about picking one up so I can get it when I see you on Friday.
Well, she's working this week, so she has no excuse. She can nip into ye olde Primark for us, not a problem.
Can't beat a bit of Disney Christmas. I must admit, I had a little plod round and saw some really nice things. And it's nice when you go to a different Primark store because they hold different Disney things, don't
they? They do indeed, yes, very much so. I must admit, me and Molly have been trawling the internet looking for extra Christmas decorations because obviously we haven't got enough with 3 trees and a whole backyard decorated in lights. I am worried that we're very close to an airport. There's a real danger that we could misdirect planes, the amount of lights going on in my garden. But I'd love to we have 3 blow mould figures that sit in our garden. Now, blow mould in the UK is not that common, but I know in the US it's very much what you decorate your yard with. And I have found online some Disney ones. And we were looking at them, and there was one being sold in this country on eBay, and it just suddenly disappeared. But it was £150. It's like, I just can't justify that amount of money. And then, of course, your eBay list goes from being all the UK ones to all the US ones, and they've got some amazing things. But the postage and the cost is like, oh my goodness, just out the window completely. But yes, if anybody's got a Mickey Mouse or a Minnie Mouse in Santa outfits, blow mould decoration that goes outside that they no longer want, I would give them a very good home. Just thought I'd put it out there.
I'm sure you'd absolutely enjoy that, yeah.
I would, yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, Tom's finally finished our monorail and we've got that up and running. And I feel quite blessed with that, and we actually had to move a cabinet out of the way so we could have it up. But yeah, we're going to.
The needs must for these very important Christmas decorations. If you have to move furniture, you have to move furniture.
Yeah, like we haven't really got round to doing anything else because of one thing and another. But having the tree up is really nice, and I know this weekend Brian is coming over for the weekend, so she's going to be doing her usual eye roll, oh mother, I don't care.
No, I get dafter the older I get.
Who cares? I don't mind.
Yeah.
I must admit I've been busy ordering some t-shirts to take with me when I go at Christmas to Disneyland, and they've arrived in the post over the last few days, and I've got a really cute one that says second Starbucks to the right, which I thought was very apt for me.
Very apt, Michelle, very apt.
Yeah, I must admit I have got Starbucks withdrawals because I've not had one for a while.
Oh, that's not like you.
I know.
Have you had to slum it and go to Costa or something instead?
I know, it's not good, but hey, one thing I am doing over the next few days, I'm going to be doing some random acts of kindness.
Ooh.
And this was brought about by a lovely young lady who was in hospital in the next door room to my dad, and she was so kind, and she herself was there with, she has cystic fibrosis and she had her own battles she was dealing with, but she gave me some wonderful advice and was very supportive. And I thought a really nice thing I could do is, because she was randomly kind to me, so over the next 12 days as a bit of a Advent type thing, I'm going to do 12 days of kindness.
Oh, that's a really nice idea, Michelle.
So I will be probably going in a Starbucks and buying somebody a coffee, and today I supported the local Big Issue seller which is a charitable magazine for the homeless.
Mm.
So I'm going to think up of some random things, even if it's just being polite to someone or saying something nice. I just think we need to spread a little bit more kindness in this time of year where people get a little bit stressed and a little bit busy with their own things that are going on.
Yeah, I think it's just sometimes it's taking a step back, isn't it? Daft things like yesterday, I was in our local Lidl car park, and rather than rushing to get in my car, there was a car that pulled up to next to mine, two very elderly people getting out of the car, and I just stood back and let them get out of the car in their own speed, under their own steam, and however long it took them. The chap thanked me, and I said, not a problem. It took me 2 minutes just to stand and wait. I wasn't going anywhere. You know, it was like no biggie. And I think sometimes just those little things, isn't it, that can make somebody's day. You don't always have to be spending gazillions or whatever. It can just be the action speaks louder than anything else.
Absolutely. And while we're talking of Christmas, we've been looking at the Disney Store website about goodies we'd like or like to give to people.
Can I just say before we start this, Michelle, it's a bad idea telling me to look on the Disney Store website.
I know, I nearly virtually did some shopping because I kept thinking, oh, that's nice, and oh, they've got discounts on at the moment, they've got a bit of a sale on, and oh, there's this magical code here that I can use, and it's tempting.
It's not so much that. I find the really expensive things.
I bet it's not as expensive as what I've found.
You want to bet?
I found the Mickey and Minnie Mouse limited edition figurine by the Arabas brothers.
Oh my goodness.
It has Mickey with a posy of flowers for his sweetheart Minnie, and it's called Romance in the Park.
Aww.
It's sculpted from alabaster. It's limited edition of 188, with each one being numbered.
Okay.
It's encrusted with over 30,000 hand-set Swarovski crystal stones.
Okay.
It's only 7.5 inches high, so it's not massive.
Not big, no.
It does actually say on the website, limited to 2 per person. It's like, who in their right mind has got nearly $20,000 to spend on this item? Because it's like, really? That is a Disney trip.
And a bit more.
Yeah. So whilst it's pretty, I could not ever imagine spend that amount of money on an ornament.
No, we see. I've got something that I want to spend a lot of money on, Michelle.
Go on.
But mine was jewellery.
Ooh, better.
So at least you could wear it. You know, you make use of it. Mine's a necklace.
Aww.
It's a very pretty necklace. It's called the Diamond Swirl Mickey Mouse necklace, and it's very reminiscent of a swirly Mickey Mouse head that I've had in the past that wasn't anything like this amount of money. Mine was the cheapie, you know, you buy in one of the Disney shops in a Disney park, you know, for like 18 bucks or whatever. That's mine. But this is very reminiscent of that style. It comes on it's in an 18 karat gold setting. It has a very fine gold rope chain with a lobster claw clasp. It has diamonds in it. They're 1.04 carat, whatever that means. I'm not very good on this sort of thing. It's all part of the Disney Dream collection. It's kind of like a pendant set Mickey. It's very pretty. You can get it in white gold or rose gold, or just boring old standard gold, you know, whichever takes your fancy. It's very pretty and it's very sparkly, and it's only $5,815.
Oh, shall we get one each?
Well, I think so, don't you? Are our other halves listening, do you think?
Simon, I think your wife has spoken.
Yeah. To be fair, if he spent that amount of money on a piece of jewellery for me, I'd give him a clip round the ear roll. That's ridiculous.
Bless. Well, my next most expensive one is you know what I'm after. I want that Lego Star train set for Disneyland.
Oh, it is really cute.
Yeah, I'm hoping because now I've purchased my annual pass for Disneyland, that I can get it while I'm in the theme park this Christmas with that little bit of discount.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think I'd like that.
It is very cute. I remember we saw it, didn't we, up at the well, we were at Sheffield, weren't we? Was it Sheffield, was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And then we were chatting to the guy there, weren't we, in the Lego store, and it was very cool.
To be able to control it from the sofa on my iPhone.
I know.
That's the best bit, is freaking the cats out there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I know. Every now
Mess
and
with the
again,
cat's head.
yeah, the cats will run around the house chasing it. So much fun. So yeah, what else have you got on your list?
Well, I found I'm still sticking with the jewellery. I don't know whether we're supposed to be looking for presents for other people or gifts for ourselves, but I think I've gone down the gift for ourselves route. This is a little ring. Now, this is a little bit more sensibly priced, I will say this. And it's kind of caught my eye. It's a very simple ring, and it has kind of like a silver band with a little Mickey head plonked on top of it, if that makes sense. It's a little diamond studded Mickey Mouse icon-y thing, 14 diamonds apparently in total, sterling silver. And then on the inside of the ring, it says, it's been engraved, and it says, "Laughter is timeless."
Oh,
Which I
I saw
thought was really
that.
sweet. And it's only $114.95, which I didn't think was too bad, really. I quite like that.
That's tempting, is that one?
It is. And you see, I've got a ring that I wear every day, or most days, almost every day, that I bought in Disneyland back in 2010, that we actually used as kind of a fake wedding ring when Simon and I renewed our vows in Las Vegas. And it would be kind of a nice replacement, because mine's looking a bit tired now, because it's like 9-year-old. It's a bit mucky, and it was only like a $35 one when I bought it. So maybe I could have an upgrade,
That'd be nice.
wouldn't there? That's what I was thinking in my little head.
Well, I'm keeping with jewellery,
Oh, okay.
and this is the Up House Pendant Necklace by Rebecca Hook.
Mm.
And it's a silver replica of the house with some balloons above it, which are like cubic zirconia, Swarovski crystal style type things.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cute.
I love the up stuff.
Yeah, $125, and I think that's quite affordable.
Definitely, yeah. For a nice, unique piece, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of a really cute Disney outfit I could get put together for that.
Oh. I like this approach, Michelle. Buy the jewellery and make the outfit to match.
Yeah, what do you think if I get one of those circle skirts with clouds on it?
Yeah.
And then I've got at home one of those Disney patches with the house and the balloons on that I can sew onto the skirt, a little vest top and a cardigan.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see it happening, Michelle.
It's gonna be happening. I might be treating myself to that necklace while I'm in the parks. We'll see. We'll see. Anything else from you?
Well, I'm going to go a bit more downscale now, although it is Loungefly I'm talking about, but surprisingly, this is actually a decent price. And I saw this, it caught my eye as I was scrolling through, and it just screamed out Molly to me, because my Molly loves Stitch. She's a big Stitch fan, and this is like a little Lilo and Stitch wallet. And the picture that caught my attention on the Disney Store website is literally, it's like a little black wallet, and it's got a bright blue Lilo kind of like with his mouth open, straight smiling at you with his two little paws coming out of the purse looking at you as well. And it just looked so cute. And I thought, you know what, if I could get hold of that for Molly as a stocking filler for a Christmas present, that would be like just the sort of thing I would go for her. And it's like $30, so it's not overtly expensive or anything like that. But I just thought, oh, it's Stitch, and that my moles would love that, and that's why I picked it.
Well, I've got one last one.
Yeah.
And this is a Mickey Mouse icon glass trinket box, again by Arabas. It can be personalised as well. It's about 4 inches high, and on the top it's got a Mickey head shape.
Okay, yeah.
Now you can put your name on it. The one on the website's got Beverly. I'm not going to obviously choose the name Beverly because it's not my name. But I like these little trinket boxes because the house I've got has got very deep windowsills. And
Yes.
I've started to collect these boxes, these glass crystal type things. And I'm going to put all my Disney jewellery and my bits and pieces in it. So I kind of think I'll be asking somebody to purchase that for me.
Nice idea.
Any more from you?
Well, I have to see. I kind of went a bit down a bit of a rabbit warren because yeah, I had to look up Star Wars, didn't I? Because once I thought about Molly, then I thought about the other people in my house. Now Ethan's not really into anything Disney, so then that kind of like made me think about Simon. So I had to look up the Star Wars, and then I got myself distracted. Because and I know you might want to talk about this, Michelle, because Baby Yoda.
Oh, can I just say, I've not been on social media for a week, and then I go back on it, and it's full of this baby blinking Yoda stuff. What the earth is that?
Oh, it's so cute. Now, this is spoiler alert central, but you can't avoid it. The Mandalorian. Yes, you are aware of the Mandalorian.
This TV show that we can't get.
The TV show that we can't get, that I haven't watched at all, but I've watched 3 episodes, 4 episodes, whatever we're on now.
So you've illegally obtained it?
No, that's a strong choice of words, Michelle. I have managed to. Yes, all right then.
Speak with Tom, please, when we see you next week, because I think he wants to obtain it as well. Then
I have to say, it's a very, very good show. I'm really enjoying it. It's done amazingly well. And I know the fact that Simon is so happy watching it, and what a big Star Wars fan he is. So therefore, I know it's good. Really good show. Little 45-minute episodes, fantastic. Done really well. You've got to think back to the old westerns of the 1960s. It's kind of evoking all that vibe. Brilliant stuff. But you have got what's called the child, and it's a Baby Yoda. Oh my goodness, Shell, he is so cute. So cute. And the interactions that they've managed to get between this little puppet and the Mandalorian, who, bearing in mind, doesn't take his helmet off. So you've got a guy acting with no face, effectively, interacting with a little green puppet. And it's just, how they've done it is just so on the nail. It's perfect. But Baby Yoda is so cute. And they're bringing out, you've got plushes and you've got Funkos and things, and it's just like, I think there could be a bit of an explosion of Baby Yoda, and you can even get like a little tote bag, and then you can get it personalised as well, and it's only like $20 on the US site, which I thought was quite cute. But I've got a sneaky feeling that Baby Yoda, or the child as is properly known as, could have a bit of an explosion and a bit of a following. I've seen people doing little crocheted versions of him, and there's already like makers out there doing 3D prints and goodness knows what else. But you can get a little vinyl bobblehead and all sorts, and t-shirts and stuff already. So I got distracted looking at little Baby Yoda. Sorry.
Well, at least now I know what it's all about.
Yes, but if anybody who's not watched The Mandalorian and you're and ahhing about watching it, if you're in the UK, I know we've got to wait till March when Disney Plus comes out. But if you're thinking and ahhing about it, I would say go for it. I've been really impressed with it so far. It's a definite thumbs up from me and a definite watch.
Well, let's move away from our Christmas shopping and talk of acquiring TV shows when you really shouldn't be talking about acquiring of TV shows. And I thought, well, before we were going to start recording today, I'd have a little look at what we've found out there that's happening in the world of Disney. And I gather there's been quite a lot of details about the Remy Ratatouille adventure, which is going to be opening in summer 2020 over at Epcot. Well, this is a attraction that we've actually ridden already.
It is. Yes. I must admit, I was seeing some of the photos coming out, and I even said to Simon last night, I went, well, we know what that one is. We've done that. So, I mean, we both love this ride, don't we, Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
It is a really cool ride. And it's using this fantastic motion-based trackless system, which is, I don't know about you, Michelle, when I very first saw it and you see these ride vehicles moving and you can't see how they're moving, it's kind of a mesmerizing sort of thing to watch, because they just seem to move around the floor, and they're going in what appears to be completely random directions, yet they get the job done. It's a very bizarre thing, but it's fantastic technology that they're using. Apparently it's called LPS trackless ride technology. I'd like to say that I know what that means, but I don't.
No, so I haven't got a clue.
No.
It's just so smooth, so amazingly different. It's like, we've been talking about Snow White and having her attraction brought up to date.
Right,
It's
yeah.
a very clunky, old-fashioned style of attraction. And then you go on this and it's smooth, it's modern, it's engaging, it's 3D, it's got the water coming onto your face, you can feel the heat from the heaters.
It kind of encompasses, I mean, I know it's a very in word with Disney at the moment, but immersive comes to mind, and it is that immersiveness that it's one of those rides that the repeat factor is there. You want to ride it again and again, because there could be things that you might miss, and depending on where your little ride vehicle takes you, you might get a better view of something the next time around. And this amazing use of props and projection screens, and the 4D element of throwing water and steam and heat and things at you. Yeah, it's and the little ride vehicles are so cute because they look like little ratty things, don't they?
Yeah.
You know.
Really, really cute. It hasn't really said if we're going to have the single rider queue, fast pass and standard queue. I haven't seen that information because if it's a vehicle holding 6 people, it's a bit of an odd number because there's a lot of families of 4 or couples, and it's really quick to go down the single rider queue because sometimes you're in and out within 15 minutes.
Yeah, and obviously because it's that 6-person ride vehicle, lots of groups tend to be 2s and 4s. So as a single rider, you can often manage it where if like you and I could walk down the single rider and still end up in the same vehicle type of thing, couldn't we? So there is that element, and that works really well in Paris where they have the single rider and the standard and the fast pass. So you would assume that model is going to be repeated in Epcot. It would make sense for that to get repeated, surely.
Yeah, and everything else seems to be a carbon copy of it. And it's quite a lengthy attraction as well. It's just under 5 minutes. So it's an attraction that you don't feel cheated waiting for an hour and a half for either, if you've had to go in the main queue.
Yeah.
Very excited though for it.
Very, and it's a ride that's worth your money, so to speak, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that one. But then there was more details about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Okay, because this is coming soonish.
March.
Is it March? Wow. Okay, I knew it was happening soon. Wasn't quite sure it was that soon though.
Yeah, I was reading through it last night, and you get to go. Originally how there was the Chinese theatre.
Yes.
So that's basically still going to be there, and I gather the lobby is going to be pretty much the same.
Okay, right.
And then there's going to be 2 identical pre-show movie theatres where there's going to be a new Mickey Mouse cartoon.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
It's all going to be based around going on a picnic.
Okay.
And the screen will rise, and you'll load onto Goofy's train, which is parked in a barn.
Okay.
So it's all very, very different so far. And then on the train journey, you're going to go through various sets, if I could say the word set, because scenes, I suppose, is a better word. And at one point, there's Mickey and Minnie by the side of you in their car, this amazing animatronic.
Oh, okay, right.
And then the cars that you're in, this train, breaks into 4, and you go into a tropical themed location, and there's going to be water effects, and you get a little bit of splashing of water as you go past a waterfall.
Right.
And then you go down a drainage pipe, go into the city, into a dance studio.
Okay.
And Daisy Duck's going to be leading a dance in the style of Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters.
Okay.
And I gather that's an amazing animatronic as well. And then you go to an alleyway which is by a factory, and there's a giant furnace, and Mickey and Minnie save you.
Oh.
And then you have the picnic. I've missed out lots and lots of details there, to be quite honest, but that's the gist of it. Now, that is not what I imagined when I first heard about this attraction.
No, I think we probably just thought it was a case of going through scenes where you were maybe got like a projection or something like that, just basically being in a cartoon type of vibe. But I mean, obviously, the animation, that they're managing to do, these animatronics now are so cool, and they seem to have really stepped up. I mean, I can make reference to the Galaxy's Edge and the ones that they've got in there. So if the technology is getting better and better all the time, then it makes sense that if they've got this technology, once you've got it developed once, then utilise it elsewhere, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't wait, but I'm not going till 2021, so maybe you'll get there next year at Christmas. Maybe.
I'm really fingers crossed that we can start planning something soon.
Yeah. Well, talking of something that might entice you, our good friend Anthony Markham is over in Walt Disney World as we are literally speaking. He has just spammed me with loads and loads of pictures because he's walking around Galaxy's Edge right now, and he sent me loads of pictures. He has just ridden the newest attraction, The Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, I was wondering if you were going to mention this.
And he says, I've just ridden it. It was truly unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Well, I have to admit, I wasn't too mind about do we watch anything, because I know Simon's really excited about it, and we did actually watch a little bit of YouTube because I know it's press day yesterday from where we were recording today. So I did watch some YouTube footage yesterday evening, and the guy that was reporting on it, at the end of the video when he's giving his feedback as to this ride, you could see by his reaction it was just like that mouth open, jaw dropping sort of I can't believe what they've done there type of reaction. And the little bits that they showed inside, just like phenomenal. I mean, they've got this trackless system, a bit like the Ratatouille that they're using in there. The way the cast members were interacting once you get onto the Imperial ship, they were in character. They were Imperial officers directing you to interrogation rooms. The animatronics again, that they've got Kylo in there and stuff. And I must admit, I could feel Simon at the side of me going, ooh, that looks good. It was, very, very impressive looking. And again, I think you've got, from what I can understand, and obviously Anthony can fill us in on this more and more, there's almost like about 4 different elements to this ride where you're going from one thing to another, and how it's actually presented to you is completely like nothing we've ever seen before. I'm a little bit excited about it, and I think it's what Galaxy's Edge needs. I know we've talked about this before. Even Simon, as a big stalwart Star Wars fan, his attitude to Galaxy's Edge has been, it's a souped up Star Tours, as in the Millennium Falcon ride, with lots of shops. And I was seeing the other day how loads of the prices have already gone up in Galaxy's Edge, and food items, drink items going up by $1 each. Some of the toy items, one toy gone up by $15. They're not small price increases that they've already put in there, and it's only been open 6 months in Disneyland. But this is what this land has needed. It's needed this innovative, immersive experience that they were promising us, and hopefully this is going to be what compels this land to a new level. Sorry, I kind of feel like I've just kind of gone at everybody just then.
No, it's fine. This is exactly what Anthony's sent me through. He says it's 2 different rides in one. There's characters, there's actors, there's projections, there's animatronics.
Yeah.
He says it's truly special.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So excited.
But we shall see. You never know, they might have a couple of open events, sort of something for me to maybe sneak onto it when I go at Christmas. You just don't know.
Yeah, because it's not long, is it? And is it early January that's opening?
Yeah, like
DL? Yeah.
3 days before I leave, so maybe I'm keeping everything crossed.
Just make sure they know that you're pressed, Michelle. See if you can get
Yeah.
in on. Well, you never know. Say the right thing to the right person at the right time. You never know what might happen.
Nah. While you're mentioning Disneyland, though, Disney have done a little bit of a promotion. They've obviously bought a container full of the glass tiki cups and have decided these aren't selling. So
Right.
they've done some sort of promotion where if you buy one of these from the Adventureland Bazaar, if you go to the Tropical Hideaway, you can get a Dole Whip for $1 less.
Okay.
So basically, you're not getting a cup for your Dole Whip anymore. You're using the one that you're bringing, and you're saving $1. I've no idea how much these glass tiki cups are. They are cute. Don't get me wrong, I think they look really good. But it's just another way of Disney sort of upselling something, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of feels like, come and buy this and you get money off in other things, but it's like, oh, are you really?
But the
Yeah.
non-cynical side of me says, well, actually, this is a way forward because at the moment, one thing I'm quite passionate about is reusable mugs. And
Absolutely, yeah.
I've got a whole host of them that I take to my favourite coffee houses. Sometimes I even cross streams and take my Starbucks cup to Costa just to annoy Costa because
You rebel.
I know. And I'm kind of passionate about this to try and cut down the plastics that I'm using. And it is a good idea that you take along your own container. And I am suggesting that we all take along our buckets to get filled with Dole Whip.
I like that, a bucket of Dole Whip.
Oh, yes, please. I could so do that. Even though it's like 3 degrees outside, I could so do that.
Oh, Dole Whip is a thing to have, whatever the weather.
And while we're talking about this, it links nicely to the next sort of last thing to discuss, and it's the way that Disney are going with its eco-friendly drive at the moment,
Oh, okay.
and the efforts that the company are using to reduce its environmental impact of the company. And I did a bit of research to find out about it because, they are a big company and they really do need to show and set an example to others. And they have basically 5 areas that they're working on. And it ranges from the water and energy use. Well, we know this year they've brought about that big massive solar panel farm.
Yeah.
And they're passionate about recycling water. They're going to look at cutting their emissions to improve their waste management. And I know when I did the VIP food tour, they talked on that about how they donate food to a particular place that isn't sold in the park but is still edible. And also making sure that food isn't just going to go to landfill, thinking about better practices. Then also onto the ecosystem conservation activities that they're doing. And the final one that they're working on is to inspire others to improve their own practice in environmental impacts. And it links into what we're seeing in the parks recently because they've stopped their use of single-serve plastic straws.
Yeah.
They've gone. And, they used 175 million straws a year.
Jeez,
And
wow.
that's now gone.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people don't like the paper ones, so, maybe for the Christmas this year, people might want to buy people a reusable straw.
Yes, that's a good idea.
That's an idea. But the next step they're going on to now is compostable plates.
Yeah.
And they're using a company called Better Earth. and they've introduced these plates and bowls into the park that are 100% compostable. They're made with unbleached bamboo fibre. They're oil resistant, can withstand hot and cold food. So, like, if you've got one and you need to heat it up in a microwave, it's not going to be like tin foil that blows the microwave up.
Yeah.
So that's good. We're seeing that in the parks now. We've already said goodbye to the mini toiletries.
Yeah.
Which is sad, I must admit, because I've got the world's biggest wicker hamper downstairs filled with them. And reducing plastics in guest rooms and the carrier bags. I think they are making strides forwards. There's always room for improvement, but...
yes, we can all make comment about losing the little toiletries and stuff. But at the end of the day, we need these big companies to lead the way, because at the end of the day, what you and I do in our own home by doing a little bit of recycling isn't going to make the big difference. The big difference is going to come by big organisations like Disney and Starbucks and whoever else taking the lead and going, no, we don't need single-use straws. There are alternatives too. We can get things that are compostable. Compostable. There's stuff that they can be doing, and to give the example to us as the consumer. And if it means that you buy a glass tiki cup that you can use for your Dole Whip, then so be it.
Yeah, totally agree. Although I won't be using it in the UK for Dole Whip, I'll probably use it for cereal because it looks a cute size for cereal. Just the right sort of thing. And one last thing before we disappear, I'd like to give a big shout out to our lovely friend, Karen Henderson. She very kindly sent me a little bit of a goodie box, and it had in the box a set of the annual pass holder wooden coasters, that were out earlier on in the year for the festival.
Yes.
I've got a set.
Oh.
I was like, that's so sweet. And she dropped them off at the hotel for Becky Mannion, who's our lovely friend as well. And Becky brought them home, and Becky brought me sent some other bits and pieces for me as well. And that was lovely.
Oh, Disney friends are the best, aren't they?
They are the best. I've just sent over a few bits and pieces to the States to one or two people. And it's so nice when you get these little parcels of goodness. And I enjoy putting bits and pieces together to give to other people. So it just warms the old cockles.
I was going to say, it gives you all a warm, fuzzy feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, I had said on the Facebook page I was going to organise a Disney kind of friend chocolate bar swap. But obviously with what's been going on, I've not got round to it. But I will do that, and I think we'll do that in January.
Oh, that'd be a nice way to brighten up the new year, won't it?
Yeah, so if anyone does want that, please get in touch with us, info@disneydreamgirls.com, or drop us a message via our Facebook page. Sign up to it and we'll match you up with a buddy, and basically you and your overseas buddy can swap chocolate from your country or biscuits or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just a nice way of just bringing a little bit of love and joy.
Yeah, it's just cute, and it's like, because it's always those little foodstuffs that we find when we go abroad, and then you come back home and you go, I can't get it over here. Well, so it's just nice.
Yeah, and I must say that the lovely Angie Mills brought me a box back of Starbucks Via Instant Latte Pumpkin Spice, and there were 4 sachets, and I have never ever in my life had an instant coffee that was so good. Seriously, if anybody sees these in the store, please, I will send you the money for them, the postage for them. Please pick me them up because they were amazing. So that's my plea, and I will share some with you, Jane, because I know you love a good coffee.
Oh, yeah, always love a good coffee.
So, but anyway, we shall wrap this show up now, here and now, and thank everybody for listening. It's been an absolute delight chatting some Disney to share with you guys. You know where to find us anywhere and everywhere, at DisDreamGirls, Instagram and Twitter, our Facebook pages, and I've already mentioned our page that our email address a few seconds ago, info@DisneyDreamGirls. We will be back hopefully next week to share some more Disney loving fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.